Hi children, good afternoon, and it's a great afternoon. We are going to inherit tomorrow the Good Friday and followed by Easter Saturday and Sunday, Easter Sunday. And just think, Jesus, he was crucified. Those of you haven't heard, on this Friday. And on this Friday, even his neck was chopped off by the Romans. And yet, just imagine, he went ahead and said, God, please forgive them. They do not understand what they have done. Just think of one harsh words we hear from someone, or one push, or one little joking slap also, we react so vehemently and say, touch me, don't touch me. How dare you talk like that? Forgiveness is the greatest of the asset. And why is it called Good Friday? When Jesus Christ died that day. It is Good Friday. It is because Jesus actually suffered and took the sin of everyone around on his own self. Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, I'm giving you the Vedantic angle of the Good Friday and these great spiritual, we call it in Indian language, avatar, or the God incarnate, or the Son of God. Paramahamsa Ramakrishna went ahead and had cancer of throat. And there was a big lump in his throat and terrible pain. He couldn't eat. And yet, when people come and ask, how are you today? And he said, I have throat is paining, I can't eat anything. And there was Hari Maharaj, Turiya Maharaj, who was a disciple, brahmachari at that time, young guy, taking care of him. And he said, but Thakur, you are in bliss, happiness. Imagine, apparently Paramahamsa Ramakrishna should take it as an insult, no? Suffering from throat cancer 3 days before his death. He actually left his body just 3 days after that. And he's telling, I'm suffering. And the devotee is saying, disciple is saying, but you're looking in bliss. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa smiled and he said, oh my God, this rascal has caught me. Meaning it was the body suffering, but he said, I'm not the body. And this is what I'm trying to share with you all. The Good Friday is a great day because that day the Son of God showed it to the world of realization of oneness with God, even though his neck was chopped off, he was tormented, he was lashed. People deceived him, his own disciple. And he even told them on the Last Supper, the one amongst you are going to deceive me for a few silver coin. He knew it, yet he didn't say anything to them. Easter Sunday, he rose again. He resurrected himself. And you would be surprised. He walked all the way through Pakistan and came and visited India. Notice, Jesus was in India. Alan Jacob, Kristen Holger, Jesus visited India and lived in Kashmir. This is Kaiser. Kaiser is a Spanish guy. This book is in Spanish language. And he said Jesus lived in Kashmir, but spelt it with a C in Spanish language. Jesus lived in Kashmir. Nobody knows about it. And Jesus and Moses Both are buried in India, Kashmir. I've been there. What's he saying? 17 years he was in India and then he left his body. In Srinagar, just 1.5 kilometers away from the current Jummah Masjid. It is there. Last teachings of Jesus. I'm going to share with you one or two words of the Jesus here and keep it very short. Jesus took a disciple to the Sermon of Mount. And in that mount, he isolated himself with these very special disciples of 12 of them and gave them a few messages, a very special teaching. And these teachings are like, he is saying, blessed are those who are meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Just think, those who are meek, those who are non-violent, those who don't react, meekly accepting, will inherit the earth. How can it be? We have been taught, fight your mind, protect your items. If somebody boxes you, box him back. I remember I used to be told, somebody pushed you push him back. Somebody took, gave you one slap, you slap him back. Now, Jesus said, those who are meek shall inherit the earth. How? Because when you are humble, when you know how to bend down, you will inherit the earth, the whole, everyone, like Sue. Those who are humble and polite and they're not reacting harshly, even if somebody says harsh word, because actually this person is going to come back and feel that I made a mistake. He said, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be pitied. Mourn, like we cry for when somebody dies. Meaning what? Think, those who are really crazy for the truth, for the spiritual world, for doing good to people. Crazy, I want to go out and help some people. For they shall be pitied. It means they shall be blessed with peace, with calmness of mind, just because you are giving. And notice, this Jesus today is celebrated world over by almost all religion, including Islam. They consider Jesus as one of the prophets, like Muhammad. He goes ahead to say, blessed are the poor, for the kingdom of heaven shall be in their heart. Just see, kingdom of heaven in my heart, provided poor in spirit. What does that mean? See, when you're really crazy, Paramahansa Ramakrishna again, he used to say that when you're really thirsty, you will drink water from anywhere. You and I, when we grew up, we wanted a guru who should look tall, fair, glowing with light and long hair. We used to think our guru should be like that, our teacher should be like that. And they should be glowing with light and they should just touch us and we would attain samadhi. That kind of a picture we had. But he's saying different. He said those who are poor, in other words what? Those who are really hungry for the spiritual knowledge, those who want water, Paramahansa Ramakrishna said, even if the pond is filled with that, the weed, you will remove the weed and drink the water. You will see the teacher in that person right in front of you. I think he was an American gentleman, I'm not sure. This gentleman comes to a Japanese Zen guy and he wanted to learn spiritual knowledge. And he said, teach me Zen. I want Zen meditation, world famous Zen meditation. You'll be amazed. I went to Japan. I wanted to learn about Zen. And I went and visited some temple, and I was talking to one of the Zen monk. She was a lady monk, 73-year-old, and she was beaming, blooming with energy and youth, really rosy. I asked my interpreter, how young is she? And when I heard she's 73 and she had joined the order at the age of 13, I was asking her, how did Zen come to you? And she talked about her life. I said, how did Zen come to Japan? She looked at me and she did Indian Namaste. I said, meaning what? I asked the interpreter, what does he say? He said, she says it came from India. Can you imagine? And you and I are Indians. I am well read. I did a little study, but I didn't know that the Zen went from India with Buddha and his people to Japan. And she said, you're the one. So what is it? When you're really thirsty, you would. This American gentleman wanted to ask from the Zen master, teach me Zen meditation. The master said, okay. And he started reading from a book. He said, oh, I have read that part. He cut the guru short. He started to say, okay, this is what Buddha was talking about. And he said, no, that part of it also I've heard. So the teacher said, Then he said, okay, let's have some tea ceremony. Maybe all of you have heard this story earlier from me somewhere. So the teacher started to pour the tea ceremony. Beautiful, small little cup. I attended the ceremony. It's a long ceremony of something like 45 to 50 minutes. A very powerful ceremony. Very nice, so peaceful. Teacher started pouring tea in that small cup, and it started overflowing. So that American who was sitting in that low tea stool, the tea started to come towards his pant, trouser, whatever he was wearing. He said, sir, stop, it is flowing out. The teacher smiled gently and he bowed down and he said, your cup needs to be empty before you learn Zen. This is what it means, for kingdom of heaven shall be in them. And fantastic, read. Have a great Easter Sunday and great teaching. Remember, kingdom of heaven is within us. Be kind, be caring, help someone, give them something. Maybe a little food from you, maybe a little time. Be with someone who needs your company. Smile and bring happiness in their heart. May Jesus be born in your heart and meditate on Jesus. Swami Brahmananda, it's somewhere about 100 years back, in Velur Math, 24th December, he came in the eve of Christmas, and many Christians go and visit Velur Math that day. They rather spend there than go to a church, and they were all meditating on Jesus Christ. Brahmananda, the first president of Ramakrishna Mission, he said, let us meditate on Jesus in our heart. And everybody, it's written down there. Suddenly, with the power of Brahmananda and the power of Paramahansa Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, were apparently transported to a different world in their own consciousness. And they say, we felt so much totally, absolutely absorbed with Jesus, and we felt totally elated. We have not forgotten that experience. May the Jesus be born in your heart. Sit still for a while. 15 minutes? You'll feel like moving. Just tell yourself, Robin Ghosh, no movement. Be still. Happy Easter.